Hello to my Capricorns. This is Queen Amon coming to you with your general reading. Capricorns, we are still in the full moon phase. So for those of you all who like to do full moon rituals, you can do full moon rituals. A rule of thumb, 3 days prior to full moon, 3 days after full moon. For those of you all who like to do full moon rituals. So the goal is to land on the light side of your emotions. That's the light side. Land on the light side of your emotions. That should be the goal, right? Wake up on the right side of the bed, right? Good side of your emotions. Mercury is pre-shadow retrograde. Mercury is the communication planet. You hear Mercury is a messenger planet, right? Communication, learning, knowledge, learning planet. It is a personal planet, right? So the sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars are personal planets. Jupiter, Saturn are social planets. Remember, you're ruled by Jupiter. You're ruled by Saturn. You're in Aquarius, are ruled by Saturn. Bridging social and collective planets would be Chiron, right? Chiron is retrograde right now. What else is retrograde? Mercury is pre-shadow retrograde. These are things that this is important to know. Uranus is retrograde right now. Neptune is retrograde. Neptune is a collective planet. It's an outer planet, generational planet. So it's really important to know which planets are retrograde. What I'm seeing here is your card, a devil card. Your card is a devil card, and also the world card. So it looks like you feel fulfilled. Looks like you feel fulfilled here. Looks like you're getting messages, you're getting downloads, and the best way that you get downloads, however you get downloads, it could be, so for one, there's many different forms of communication, right? So some people get communication by facial expression, some people get, however it travels to you. That's what Mercury is. Mercury is the messenger planet. Sometimes it's by text message, email, y'all know whatever best ways you get messages. Like, let's say you're at work, your manager, what's the best way your manager can get you a message? Is it by text message, email, face to face? You know, if you're asking them for a message, I mean, what's it? Just whatever. This is the World Wide Web. So what is the best way to get a message through to you? Think about it. What's the best way to get a message through you, right? Something where you can kind of sort of tangible. You're an earth sign, something that's tangible, something you can go back and look at. For some people, it is send me step-by-step instructions, right? So let me reread it. Let me look at it again so I can go back and kind of sort of, you know, if my manager is giving me a project, because I see somebody's a leader here. This is you. You're a leader. If you need to look at steps 1 through 10 and you say, okay, before I go back and ask my manager, hey, is this right? Let me just look at it. Like, let me sit with it for a minute, right? So some of you all are in leadership positions. Let me look at it for a minute. Let me sit with it for a while before I circle back. Let me process it before I circle back. Yeah, before I circle back, right? Because something you feel fulfilled. Let me circle back. Yeah, feel structured, authoritative. Let me sit with some stuff. Right? You are down to earth, you're relatable, you know, you are here we have my health is a priority. My body is my temple. Yeah. And that's a physical and mental health. Physical and mental health, right? So yeah. So when you're looking at the Emperor card is first house, right? So first impression is could be a lasting impression for you all, right? So instead of being impulsive, you can look back and go, okay, let me get structured and authoritative. Like, before I'm impulsive about something, whatever way I learn, let's just say, for instance, your manager puts you on a project, right? And your manager says, hey, I need this. Here is, because for some reason I'm kind of feeling like your manager may put you on a project for somebody. Hey, I need this done. Okay, we're talking about the number 8 here. Because you've mastered something. I need this done. Right? Right? You could be asking why. So instead of you being impulsive, asking why this, why now, why this, why that, why now, like your mind could be going in different directions, right? A lot of different directions. But a lot of it has to do, and I'm looking at this death rebirth card here, because Scorpio rules 8th house, who you're linking up with. A lot of it has to do with who you're linking up with, right? So if you're linking up with people who are saying, because I gather that someone wants to ask questions. I'm looking at this number 8 here too, right? It's better for you to get in your divine masculine energy and ask questions. Ask questions. Because somebody, let me see what numbers I'm looking at here, is going right to some kind of fear. Some kind of doubt, because I'm seeing death here in the card. Like somebody is like running, somebody is thinking somebody is running from something, right? Somebody is running from something, right? So maybe like running from a deadline or something in the workplace, but no need to fear anything. Open your mouth and ask questions. Open your mouth, ask some kind of questions, right? Don't fear that you're overstepping a boundary. Ask questions. Please, please, please ask questions. So don't fear that you're overstepping. It's better for you to ask. It's better for you to ask. Right? It's better for you to ask. So here we go. We're going to get into your reading. So, your reading is entitled The Sacred Ascent, Building Light on Solid Ground here, right? So this week is going to call you into embodied mastery, a union of spirit and structure. The energy is deep, it's mystical and transformational. And so with the full moon's energy still echoing, you are being guided to release control of what cannot be maintained and rebuild from spiritual truth. And the Emperor and the Hierophant, these two here, the Emperor and the Hierophant, crown your spread. You are stepping into divine authority. But the Devil and the Death card here ask you to purify the foundation, right? In other words, like get rid of fear. Get rid of fear. If your manager just says, just kind of in haste, because it's some people celebrate the holidays, and then your manager may say, here, I need this done by a certain time, or you may get a picture or an email or text, and people are kind of sort of rushing, like this person right here. They may say, here, look, whatever. If you're around people who are impulsive, well, what does this mean? Well, everybody's nervous. That can play tricks on your mind, but it can also send other people into a tizzy too, right? Also send some people into a tizzy, as well. So old attachments, fear, or systems that gave stability must evolve. This is not destruction, it's ascension through surrender. And so you're saying to yourself, what I once built from fear, I now rebuild with faith, right? You're entering a timeline of soul alignment where your material success and spiritual wisdom unite. The star and the world right here, promise culmination and rebirth. Your work will echo through realms when it's guided by higher purpose. Right? So let's get into your reading, okay? My health is a priority. My body is my temple. Okay? All right? Yep. And we're going to go there. Yeah. So I'm picking up a lot of other things in your reading too. So somebody is definitely behind something, but I'm going to leave that out of your reading. Like I said, we're going to just focus on, you learning something new. Source is really trying to bring somebody into divine masculine energy, right? Because you had a first impression of something. You had a first impression of something that really ended you. Something really brought you over into the rebirth side, like brought you down to the lowest frequency. And remember, when you see the death card, it's like, not on this particular deck. I got to be careful with the decks that comes out, because some of the decks have like semi-nudity on it. So I don't want it to, you know. But anyway, and YouTube would probably flag the video. But Source really wants you to, Source really wants somebody to, you know, somebody is behind a whole bunch of mess, a whole bunch of drama here. And just a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm saying this music note here. And it's like a group of people sitting around recording conversations and this kind of thing, and talking about this and that, and connecting you with star. And star means, it does not mean fame, just so we're crystal clear, right? And a Saturn return, like somebody had to wait until you you and possibly other people moved, because I'm seeing a shift here, like I'm seeing some kind of a shift here, and the devil being at play, right? Some kind of a shift here, in order for the devil to come out. Yeah, in order for the devil to come out, to say somebody is running from something, because night energy speaks to speaking to something, like to say the devil is coming out. Something had to link somebody to something. This is the 8 of Pentacles here, right? So let's get into it. Here's the Emperor card. Divine structure. Lead with integrity and strength. Somebody is going to speak up. So in other words, if you don't speak up, somebody else is going to. Because somebody is having a silent tower moment. That's what these two cards here. Somebody else is you're having a silent tower moment, but somebody else is also having a silent tower moment, right? Somebody is having an awakening. These two cards right here lets me know that something is coming to an end. Like somebody is tired of being afraid of something. Like somebody is tired of a lie, right? What I'm picking up on is a much older person. What I'm picking up on, it's like actually it's a much older couple. And so there could be some kind of relief for you, whoever you are. It's and it could be, when I say couple, it could be like within a company or an organization or something. It's two people, and couple does not necessarily mean that they're together like romantically. It could be when I say couple, I'm just meaning two, right? Because something is disrupting two people's peace in a situation. Because they like harmony, they like peace, right? And somebody went on a quest. You got to remember, with the Queen of Pentacles, this is a person who is down to earth. This is a person who is relatable, but this is also a person who is quite resourceful. So somebody went on a quest. Somebody wanted to find out something themselves. They wanted to find out, like, okay, I want to find a truth behind something. Like, what's really going on? Like, what's really going on here, right? You know, especially when you connect with people and you want to know, you know, was there really boundaries crossed here during a Saturn return? Like, somebody feels like somebody was lying about something. Somebody was not telling a truth about something, right? So somebody wanted to find out what was going on, right? And so it's always a good thing when people do decide to do some digging and finding out what's really going on, right? So somebody had a silent tower moment here. So here's the Devil card, releasing some kind of attachment, choosing freedom over illusion here, choosing some kind of freedom over illusion. Here's the Hierophant. You are both student and teacher, spiritual mastery unfolding. here, spiritual mastery unfolding. Somebody is going to say that the devil made them do something. Like somebody is now saying, I don't know what came over me. The devil made me do it. I just don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like somebody is, you know, I don't know what happened. Yeah. So here's the Queen of Pentacles. Nurture your sacred goals. Abundance through balance. Abundance through balance. You know, 8 of Pentacles here is dedication to purpose. Craft your path with devotion here. 8 of Pentacles usually means that somebody has mastered, you know, their craft, right? Because something is over now. Something is now over. Transformation, shedding what limits your light. Something is now over. Something must have had you kind of like in a daze, almost like something, another spirit took over. Like, you know, when you go down to the lowest frequency, you know, you can be in grief, you know, because grief is tricky. It could literally have you just stuck, like, you know, just like literally just kind of have you just kind of stuck in this kind of, you know, like just literally stuck into something, wakes you up out of a trance. Sometimes it looks like just past memories of just like when you were, you know, a harmonious time, like you know, taking you back to a time of just like you know, having a good time, fun, laughing with your friends, that kind of thing. Sometimes things take you back to a good time to get you just jolted out of something. Here we have the 10 of Cups here. Sometimes it's a song that takes you back. Like sometimes, because I'm looking at these music notes here. I know how, because that's what music does. It invokes a particular emotion. Like when you say, okay, I don't feel like working out today, and you put on a certain song, and it takes you back to, okay, next thing you know, you worked out for 45 minutes. So that's what music does, and I'm seeing this right here. But sometimes you can listen to a song and it takes you back. Or so I feel like somebody's going to get back into listening to particular frequency. That's another thing about Mercury. So Mercury is pre-shadow retrograde. Somebody is going to get back into, Mercury is how messages travel to you. When people want to get messages to you, sometimes people will let you know how they feel about you by putting on a particular song, like through words, right? I was listening to I was watching this on Instagram one time, Drink Champs, right? Which is a show. It's pretty popular, and they typically will interview artists, right? And they were talking about a particular frequency that people listen to. A lot of people don't think people are being put under a spell listening to particular frequencies, right? But I feel like somebody is now starting to understand the power of words and the power of frequency, and how it can really end your vibration, right? So somebody is starting to, it's like somebody splashed water on your face. You get ready to start learning how messages travel through music, because I'm seeing a music note here, and this is what's getting ready to start you talking again, really starting to get you to open up. This is what's getting ready to, you know, get you back to your star again, like talking about things again, because a boundary was overstepped. Somebody said something to you. Somebody said something that overstepped the boundary. And sometimes it feels like, you know, because you're listening to a particular frequency, right? It feels like something could have just awakened you, and just like somebody splashed water on your face, right? So again, your physical and your mental health is a priority, and your body is your temple. Your body is your temple. So you could have been in a trance for a minute. Somebody could have said something to you so shocking that you just couldn't even believe that somebody would even say something to you so crazy that it just oversteps a boundary. So somebody is, here we have luck is on your side. So you're learning to aim higher. You're learning to aim higher. So this connects us with Jupiter. Jupiter is not retrograde. Jupiter is not retrograde. Jupiter is a personal planet. Jupiter is a social planet, excuse me, it's a social planet. Y'all know how like somebody is standing too close? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's standing too close, right? You know, it's like, okay, whoa, you on my personal space. You know, like if somebody, you know, like if a person, if you ever been somewhere and like if you're at a grocery store, you know, okay, a perfect example is like when people first started wearing masks, right? Y'all remember when people was first wearing masks, right? On their faces because of the C word, the P word, right? And when it was required that whenever you walked into an establishment, you had to wear a mask. Y'all remember that? When it first happened, right? People were like, okay, don't put your carts too close to other people, like back up. It was like more into personal space, that kind of thing, right? People are starting to you know, because of stuff that's on social media and stuff now, like people are really starting to say, you know, kind of things, like people are starting to become a lot more sensitive to like, okay, like you spelled my name wrong, you pronounced my name wrong. You know, like you hear people saying, oh, a group of us took pictures together and they happened to put the worst looking picture of me, of all the pictures. My picture was the worst looking picture that they actually posted, you know, that kind of stuff, right? Or, you know, if you're doing music or something like that, how come, you know, it had to record something 10 times and I don't like that particular, you know, whatever, the 10th time, whatever. So somebody is trying to link you and somebody to something that would end you and somebody. And so source is saying, as much as the creator is in something, as divine and as innocent as something is, source is saying you have something, is like something is splashing water on your face in terms of frequency. Like something is like hearing something over and over and over again and starting to wake you up, in how people will say something over and over and over again, and how people will try to tie you into stuff, like really try to tie you to stuff, and you just like, oh my God, it's like something just really splashed water on your face. It's almost like a person is saying, let's say you work security, right? And you're saying, okay, you want a detail in a nice area, like you want to, you know, not so dangerous area. Let's say you work security or whatever. You want a nice area. It's not a high crime area or whatever. But somehow you just keep being put in a dangerous area. Like why? But you keep hearing over and over and over again, oh, you'll handle that. You look like you can handle it. But you're hearing it over and over and over again. You look like you can handle it. What does that look like? So beauty. So you're doing the mirror work. You're starting to change a frequency. You're starting to, something about your energy, you're starting to listen to things on a higher frequency. You're starting to change the channel in your brains. You're starting to change the channel in your mind. See this butterfly here? See this butterfly here? You're starting to go through a rebirth. You're starting to go through a rebirth. And starting to see that you're rare. See this blue eye right here? You're rare. You're really, really rare. If you go back and you start seeing, and this is how people do destiny swaps. This is what people are seeing in you. You go back and look at old pictures of you. I heard an actor say this. I won't mention the actor's name. I heard an actor say this because somebody was like basically, how did, and this is an A-list actor, and then somebody was interviewing them, basically like, how did they make it like out of their neighborhood, and or how did they, make it whatever. And they were basically like, they're just like the people they grew up with, really. I mean, it could have been them. It really could have been. It was a very humble response. So they don't take it for granted. So source is saying somebody is having a silent tower moment of how you were basically groomed. This is, basically how people had basically, you're having a silent tower moment. This is how somebody, whoever you are. Yeah, this is how you're starting to switch tables. Something is splashing water on your face. Literally is like splashing water on your face. It's like you're literally looking back at your childhood. It's like you're looking back at your childhood. You're gonna either find a picture of you and the kids you grew up with, and you're gonna look at everybody in the picture and say, because this may be a way that somebody learns and goes, okay. And I'm thinking of this particular actor, A-lister, and go, okay, they could have been any one of those people that they grew up with. But Source picked you out of something, picked you out to be a star. You and someone else to be a star. And these energies have been trying to destiny swap. That's going to switch a light on for you instantly. This is what's going to get you to your star. This is going to get you to your star. That's what's going to wake you up instantly to be a leader. That's what's going to say, okay, I got to change up. I gotta do something different. Instantly. Somebody's ex wants to return, but they will not be allowed to return. You won't even second guess it. You won't even second guess it. Not because you think that you're better than anybody. It's going to instantly, like somebody just freaking woke you up instantly. You're going to wake up. That's not you think that you're better than someone else at all. You just don't. That's when it's going to hit somebody that's when you're going to have a silent tower moment, because you're going to sit back and go, wow, I wonder how this one is doing. I wonder how that one is doing. I wonder how this one is doing. I wonder how that one is doing. That's what's going to liberate you. Because 1,000 people have been saying, okay, you're going to separate yourself. You keep reaching out, calling people, texting people, reaching out, caring what people think. You don't think that you're better than, no, you don't think that you're better than. It's going to change the way that you date, the way that you see yourself, the way you look at yourself in the mirror. You're going to feel complete. You're going to see yourself as complete and whole. You're going to start enforcing boundaries. You're going to start enforcing boundaries. Here's some affirmations for you. Mercury seems to be the planet that throws a lot of people out of alignment, because it's the messenger planet, but it's also the knowledge and learning planet. It's how we communicate, how we send out and receive messages, right? So once you get past this, you think you're better than, you think you're cute, you think you're handsome, you think you're this, you think, whatever, right? Source created you for a purpose, right? Everybody is a star, meaning everybody has an 11th house. So when I say everybody's a star, we're not talking about everybody's famous. No. Everybody has an 11th house. Everybody has a 12th house, right? Source has you in your 11th house. You rule 12th house. Source has you in your 11th house. You should feel fulfilled in your 11th house. A light should flip on immediately. When people see you, they see you in your 11th house already. You're going to have to watch how you move. They already see you in your 11th house. This is not about how much money you have in your bank account. They see you in your 11th house already. They already see you in your 11th house. They see you as a leader already, structured and authoritative. They already see you in your 11th house. And so Source is saying to you, so you're going to, when people see you in your 11th house, that's how you're going to have to move constantly, because they're going to constantly try to cause you tower moments. Constantly. Silent or out loud. You're going to have to move like you're in your 11th house. So you'll know when to transcend. So find out what your sign is in your 11th house. Find out what your sign is in your 12th house. So you'll know how to transcend. That's your 12th house. So you'll know when to close out a cycle. Okay, I need to know when to close out a cycle. I need to know when to get up and get up out of there. I need to know when to move. I need to get up and go. I need to get up and go. I don't need to be confused. I need to get off the phone. I need to, so that you're not anxiety ridden. So when a person says to you, okay, hey, they're shutting down, they're moving on, they're closing down or whatever. This would be a great time for learning. This would be a great time to volunteer during the holidays. Great time to learn how to create boundaries and enforce boundaries. Because what's happening here, looking at your cards here, somebody is teaching you how to enforce boundaries, while you have other people around you that wants to overstep boundaries. It looks like somebody is still using a Capricorn to overstep boundaries, saying that somebody's running away from some lie that's already over. So this is where you get structured and authoritative. This is where you speak up. This is where you speak up. Again, luck is on your side. So you got answers. You got answers. Answers. You got answers, right? Because everybody is not going to be as clear as I am in step by step. Some people are just going boom, 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 boom. Here's a project. It's gonna be due by such and such a date. Boom, right? Here's some affirmations for you all. So first one is, I build from spirit, not fear. Second one is, my discipline is sacred. It brings divine manifestation. A third one is, and this is part of the learning, this is Mercury. Mercury is pre-shadow retrograde. It officially goes retrograde in Sagittarius on November 9th until the 29th of November. Third affirmation is, every ending creates space for enlightened creation. Fourth affirmation is, I am the architect of light, grounded in truth and grace. Fifth one is, I am strong, wise, and guided by divine order. Okay? All right. So some full moon integration tips, right? For you all, because we're still in full moon phase, right? We're still in full moon phase. The moon is still moving through the zodiac signs, right? And so theme for you is rebirth, grounded wisdom, divine responsibility. Your element is earth, right? So ritual suggestions could be cleansing earth ritual. You can sit outdoors or near a window. You can also visualize roots of light extending from your spine into the earth. You can speak, I am grounded in divine truth. A candle intention for you all could be, burn a brown or gold candle to symbolize renewal through structure. If you don't have one, you can visualize it, okay? Or even a white candle. White candle always does it for everything, right? So you don't have to go out and buy anything. You can also write one limiting belief that you're ready to transmute, right? In your journal, you can list 3 soul-driven goals not what the world expects, but what your higher soul, what your higher self desires, right? For gemstones and crystals, a smoky quartz or black tourmaline or garnet or pyrite or obsidian is good. For herbs, patchouli, myrrh, sage, bay leaf. Some of y'all have bay leaves right in your kitchen cabinet. Cedar, right? A mantra could be, I am the bridge between heaven and earth. My purpose builds light that lasts, right? So you still have some people who are still overstepping boundaries in your life, wanting to know what's going on in your life and other people's lives. And you will not be lying if you say you don't know, because you don't. You don't know. So if your manager is saying, hey, what's going on over the next cubicle? If you don't know, you don't know. If you don't know, you just don't know. Just say it. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't want to overstep their boundary. I have no idea. I don't know. Because they may pick up on something to protect your energy. So if they don't know, they don't want to protect, like they don't know, right? So, all right. That is what I have for you. Hopefully this is extremely helpful. But yeah, Mercury is a great time to fill your mind up with something positive and not something negative. So when you hear people say, oh my God, Mercury is retrograde, start flushing your mind out of the negative. This is the time to purge. That's where you have a silent tower moment. When you say, okay, it's time to purge the negative thoughts out of my mind. Let me liberate myself. And let me, I love when Mercury goes retrograde, because if I have any negative thoughts that come out, because you can find anything, like stuff on social media, all kinds of stuff. That's a great time for you to say, you know what? Let me go back through my childhood memories and let me find some good, funny stuff to think about. There's so much funny stuff on social media just that'll take you back through time, just in general, right? So again, your health is your priority. Your body is your temple, right? And so if people want to take something and make something negative out of something, then, you've gone through so many rebirths and just kind of sort of finding yourself and, and just, seeing the beauty in things, and you have answers for just so many different things. Yeah. So again, somebody X wants to return. Somebody's X is an X for a reason. So, yeah. Somebody's X is an X for a reason. And that may be an opportunity for you to just go ahead and block somebody. It could be an ex-friend, ex-colleague, ex-whoever. It's not always ex-love interest. So here we have root chakra. Home, sweeter home. So your root chakra loves to root itself in security, comfort, and all things inviting and cozy. Look at the prompts below and spend some time clearing cozying and otherwise improving your space. It doesn't cost money to make a nest you're proud of. If birds can pull it off, so can we. A tiny, usually affordable change that would easily and instantly improve my living space. A larger change I can plan, save for, and make in the next few months. One little area of my house I can organize, declutter, or soothe and center myself this week. See how this person is kind of sitting on the couch, sort of in a lotus position here. Yeah. So red may be red connects us with Mars. Where's the Tower card? Aries rules. Aries is ruled by the Tower card. Actually, Aries and Scorpio are rules Tower card. So are ruled by the Tower card. So that could be of significance as well too. So somebody could be having a silent tower moment. Could have some kind of an awakening. Somebody could be having some kind of an awakening, like somebody splashed water on somebody's face. Like, let's just put an end to something. Like, something just don't even make any sense. And a lot of it could have to do with music people are listening to. Right? So some people may want to just talk about some stuff. So anyway, that's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. See you all in the next video. Bye.